Okay, so you found my little secret. I call her my little guardian angel. You get it? Because I hid the camera in that picture of the angel that you've got. Which, by the way, we are going to have a little talk about that crush you've got on that YouTuber at some point or another. But for now, you can go ahead and check it out. I know you want to. You've been pretending not to notice for the past 10 minutes. I've been watching. I'm kind of always watching. I I will admit that I've been watching. I thought that it would be best that you know it's me now that you've clocked it. You know, I didn't want you to feel creeped out. So I thought maybe you would feel better if you knew that it was me who has been surveilling you instead of some, random creep. uh, anyway, so go ahead and check it out. Once you've taken a look, I will ask that you replace it. Put it back where you found it. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Why don't you go and take a seat? Go ahead, take a seat and we'll talk. I'm sure you have all sorts of questions, about why I've been watching you, how long I've been watching you, how I managed to get the cameras in there. I'm happy to cover it all, but go ahead and take a seat first. Okay, good. Comfy? All right, so first things first, I'm not precisely who you think I am. Now, that is not to say that I have been lying. I never lied to you, not once. I want that on record. I never told you any untruth. I, um I just went along with a few assumptions that you had made, and I didn't correct them, is all. Okay, so starting from the beginning, I don't know if you remember, but the day that we met, you were at the bus stop and you started just chatting with me, and it was nice. You were chatting while you were waiting for the bus, and so the bus got there, and you were still chatting. I got on the bus with you. We kept chatting on the bus. Had a nice little ride. It was very pleasant, and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I wasn't actually waiting on the bus when I met you. I was waiting on my driver to bring my car around. Um, but uh, I got distracted. And you asked me where I worked. You asked me where I worked, and I told you very truthfully, mind you, that it was in the building right behind us, and you sort of assumed that I was working in the restaurant, but actually I was working upstairs. The office isn't listed, so you could be excused for not knowing that there was more than just a restaurant being run out of that building. I work in an office upstairs above the restaurant, which is neither here nor there, really. But point being, I didn't lie. I did not lie to you. The truth. Okay. The truth. The truth is that. What is the truth? Okay. Yeah. Well, here's the truth. The truth is that you opened with a joke. It was a silly thing, but it was a really great line, and you introduced yourself, and I wanted to listen to you some more because you were funny and you were charming. And the more I listened, you were intelligent and kind, and I just really enjoyed talking to you. And so the bus got there, and I got on the bus with you so that we could keep talking. And that is how you came to think of me as someone who had a bus pass, who worked in a restaurant, when actually I'm not that person. I'm someone who has a driver and who has a business, a few businesses. Uh, my name is Katerina, that part is true. That part is true, but I never actually gave you my last name. My last name is Adyova. You you may have heard of my family. Every once in a while, somebody in the family makes the news. They tend to make headlines once in a while. Here's the thing, my family runs the city. They take care of a lot of things that polite people like you, good people like you, should be very grateful that they never have to think about. They run a lot of businesses that are necessary for a society, but a lot of businesses that are not, strictly speaking, government sanctioned. So there's more. The thing about my family business is that the type of business that we're in, we always have people who want to compete with us for our business, and sometimes those people compete in unsavory ways. We lend a whole new meaning to the phrase cutthroat business practices. And because of that, I was raised to understand, to know that attachments can be vulnerabilities where I may see a loved one, someone I care about, a competitor might see an opportunity. They might see leverage. And so I learned very early on never to let anyone know who or what I care about. And that's where you come in. Because over the last few months of riding the bus with you, completely unnecessarily, uh, you're one of the people I've come to care about. And so that's not why I called. I didn't call. I didn't call to say, that I care about you. I didn't call for the purposes of making some declaration of love or anything like that. This is just for the sake of telling you how I feel about you, because it is tied to why I've been watching you. What happens, what it means when I care about someone. What it means for that person, what it means for you. If anyone were to learn that I have feelings for you, they would recognize you for what you are. You, my dear, are an easy target. You go through life unprotected. You have no security. You have no one watching. You have no name that people pay attention to, and no clue that you should even be careful. I don't mean that to be insulting. I know that it sounds like it. You have no reason to be on guard against dangers like the ones I'm talking about. You go through your life not causing trouble, not attracting trouble. I'm not saying it as a judgment call. I'm saying that you aren't naive or anything. You're not foolish. You're just uninformed about about the particular type of person who has taken a particular type of interest in you and the particular dangers that come with that. So now I'm telling you, I'm telling you what type of person and what type of interest. And I'm telling you what it's like, what the dangers are, and what someone from the outside would see when they look at you. They would see a vulnerability to get to me. They would see something I value, someone I value who has been left unattended and unprotected. And so I had to make sure that you were not unprotected and unattended. I've been watching you because by protecting you, I protect my own self-interest, honestly. I protect my own vulnerability. I'll admit, I've been enjoying watching you. I've grown accustomed to having you right here with me, even if you didn't know it. I do recognize, I understand that it is an invasion of privacy, and I respect if you're angry. You have a right to be angry. If someone did it to me, I would be angry. I would be furious. I would be bouncing off the walls, screaming, ripping up anything in my apartment in order to find any other devices, which, by the way, there are other devices in your apartment. Of course, there are other devices. Um, I'll tell you where they are if you want to know. But as much as I respect that you may be angry and have every right to be, I can't actually apologize because I'm not sorry. We Adyovas protect our own. We don't apologize. We don't make excuses because the people who understand it don't need apology. And the people who don't understand it probably wouldn't accept an apology anyway. But mostly because I'm not sorry. I would do it all over again. I will do it. I would protect you from any shadow of a threat, and I will never regret it. But I do recognize that I owe you more than just an explanation. So, if you would like, I would be willing to compromise. The cameras can come down if you like. I could take them all out by tomorrow. You could have your privacy within your home, and in their place, I could put a security detail outside of your home. You would have more privacy and also visible protection. My men would have a cooling effect on any threat. Anyone who plans to try to leverage your safety against me would think twice once they saw that you were protected. Conversely, you could choose to leave the cameras where they are. Let me keep watching from a distance. Let me keep watching you and protecting you. Let me keep having you near me everywhere I go. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. There will be no guilt, there will be no pressure. But I would like you to decide sooner rather than later so that I can adjust my expectations accordingly. All right, you know what? It's getting late and you have a lot to think about. So go ahead and get some sleep, why don't you? Sleep well. Think about it and get back to me. You can call me at this number, or you could just, speak into the guardian angel. Which, by the way, why? Come on. A VTuber? I It's weird, right? An angel? I mean, no judgment, but, you don't need her. She doesn't watch you back the way I do. Um, I I'll bring another photo. I'll bring a different photo for you to look at. I'll even put wings on if you want. Sorry. Go ahead and get some sleep. Sweet dreams. And sleep better than you did last night, I hope. I saw you tossing and turning, and I realize now you might have had some sense that you were being watched, and that might have been something to do with the way you've been tossing and turning. But, anyway, let me know what you decide. I'll talk to you later. Good night. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you all so very much for hanging out and being here at the end of the story. I take it that you liked this character, so there will be more of her over on my Patreon. There will be a spicy version coming up soon. And also, I have other episodes with her that I intend to go onto YouTube. That is the intention. If this character doesn't do well, if this story doesn't do well, I'm gonna just take the other episodes and put them up for free on Patreon, uh, so that I'm still getting because I enjoy this character. I enjoyed the idea of it, but if it's not going to do well, I need to like kind of protect the interests of my channel here in order to be able to continue doing this because I love doing this. Um, I've had so much fun, and you guys are always so kind to me. So I appreciate you. It's I've been away. You may have noticed it's been over a week since I've been able to put out content. And as much as I loved what I was doing this past week and a half, as much as I loved being surrounded by people I love and having fun, I absolutely missed the peace and the quiet and the whole vibe of just being able to write these things out and record them and come online and post them and uh just chat with people from my Patreon and my in my Discord server. Oh, 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 also I recently realized that now we can add our YouTube memberships to the excuse me, to the Discord server. So I am going to do that. I'm going to do that. It's not up yet. I expect it will be up very shortly as soon as I get the moment to wrap my head around it and go do it. Uh so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to add that to the as a perk to the YouTube memberships and get more people hanging out in there. It's always a fun time. It's always a fun time, and I really like the people that I get to hang out with in my Discord server and get to chat with. It's fabulous. I appreciate you all so very much. And with that note, oh, I have new people to thank from my patrons over on Patreon. There is Felice Conqueror. I can speak. I keep telling myself that. I keep telling myself that I can speak. Every once in a while, my mouth disagrees with me, and it does so audibly and verbally, but, I can speak. Anyway, there's also Jack. Yeah, Jack, that's right. You heard right. There's a new Jack in town, Jack. I wonder how many Jacks are wondering why I'm picking on them right now. It's only the one. I promise you it's only the one, and he knows who he is, Jack. Anyway, and there's also Herb North. Thank you all so very much for your support. Thank you all so very much for being part of this wonderful, crazy, supportive group. And I hope you get to have as much fun in the chats and in the conversation as I do, because I think everybody there is wonderful. I think you're wonderful. So, on that note, I hope that you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.